Hi everybody, it's Christina here again now with this craft along. So if you can just bear with me for a few minutes, we need to set up the camera so that you can join in and see what I'm doing. So hold on please, I won't be 2 minutes. Down. Hello Jane Lee, I can see that you're watching but I can't get my camera to face down to the desk, so you'll just have to bear with me while we get going. I'm sorry, I've never done this before. I know you can only see up the top. Oh dear me. Right, just bear with me while I take it down again. I need to just find out how to do this. Hello everybody, hello. I'll be with you shortly. Just hold on.
Right, lift your phone up a little bit. You've got the camera there. Does that flip that camera icon? Does that flip it round?
Is that right? Have we got the picture of the desk? Right, hopefully you've now got a picture of the desk and some of the boxes that I've made with the dies in my collection. You can make any one of these boxes if you get the dies that go with it, and you can increase the size or decrease the size as you wish. So I'm just going to move these out of the way. Now the one that we're going to concentrate on today is the little heart box. And this is a die set that comes in 2 sizes. So you've got the large heart and the small heart, and you've got some stamps that go with it. So let's see how we go about putting all this box together. So I'll just move this small one on one side and we'll start with the large die. Now the dies do not come on a magnetic sheet. I put my own dies on the sheets so that I don't lose them. And to stop the sheet from flopping about, I add it to some card first. And that way I know my dies are always safe. So these are the dies that are in your sets. Okay, so to do the top of the box, you're going to need this die. And you're going to need the largest of the heart dies, and they will cut for you these pieces. Now you'll need 2 pieces to do the top of the box. So once you've got them cut, I have used another die. I've used this one inside this one to create my frame. And inside this one, for the other piece to the top, I've also used this piece. And that's going to give me the pattern that will go on top of my box. So there's 2 pieces ready now for my, my box. Now I've also used the small piece that goes with the filigree one, and I've cut myself a piece of acetate and another piece of card, and this is now going to be the bottom of the box. So I've cut 2 pieces of this card for the bottom of the box and 2 pieces of this, which are also going to be the bottom. So those are my tops, these are my bottoms, if you'll excuse the expression. And I've also cut a bow. So let's get busy and put this box together. So we're going to start with scoring these pieces, which just makes it a little bit easier for you to fold. So I'm going to use a scoreboard and I'm going to pop these onto the box, onto the scoreboard, so that they're just on one of these lines. It doesn't matter which line you use, you can use any that you want. And we're going to score it. So we'll make sure it's got a good score in it. And we'll do the other one the same. Okay, so we can pop that away. Now, these are the 4 pieces that will make our top and our bottom. Oh, sorry, I need to score these as well. So let's just score these while we've got the board. So we'll just score down there. And we'll score down this one. Okay. So now once you've done that, you can fold these little tabs back. And we also need to put a bit of a curve in this. So we can do that. We can either run it down the side of the desk or you can run it through your fingers. Now I'm just going to try and get my iPad on so that I can see if there's any comments, because it's all just gone off at the moment. And I can't get the actual video up on my iPad. Now, once we've got this, we can move that out of the way. We're going to have to join these 2 pieces together. So I'm just going to put them together like this. Now I'm going to use some hot glue. No, I'll use Cosmic Shimmer. So we'll put some glue down here and we'll glue those 2 together. So we're going to do them so that there's an equal space there. It doesn't really matter if it isn't, but that's how we're going to do it. Now you'll find there are lots of ways to make these boxes. This is just the way that works for me. So once you've got these joined together, and we'll try and marry that pattern up a bit better, that's better, we're going to fold one of these pieces back over that join. So it's just going to go like that. Keep the top edge together and crease the fold. Okay. Now once we've done that, we can pop this fold. This is the inside of the box, so we're going to pop this crease into that V there, and we're going to add some glue just to keep that in place. So we'll pop some glue just along these top 3 and we'll pop that back in there and hold it now till the glue sets up. And as I say, this is just the way I do it. You may find an easier way to make the box. I know other people make these boxes in different ways, but this is the way I do it. So once we've done that, we can lift these up and we can add some glue down these tabs, and then we can just fold that under and press that down and work our way all round it. And again, you'll need to wait until the glue sets up. Now if you're asking me questions, ladies, or leaving me comments, I'm sorry, I can't see them on my iPad. I've done something wrong, and I'm sure I'll get told off, but I can't find them at all. So I do apologise. Anyway, let's lift this side up and put some more glue down here, and we're going to mould that around, and we're going to keep on doing it so we've got all this side stuck down. So you can make sure it's all neatly folded in. And make sure it's stuck. And then once you've done that side, you can do it on the other side. So that's all neatly stuck down now on this side. So now we can do it on this side. Just adding the glue on the little tabs and folding them in. And again, make sure it's nice and neat. Now we're going to come all the way down to the bottom, holding that in place, gluing it all the way down. And we're going to come all the way down here. Now when you get to the end, you've got some left over, you've got some overhang. So don't worry about it, we're going to sort that out now. Just make sure this is all stuck down. And then we can take our scissors and we can just cut off a piece on the end. Now what I'm going to do now is just glue those two pieces together, and I'm going to make sure it's neat at the top and it's glued at the bottom, and then we can glue the tabs down. Now once we've done that and we know it's glued, all we're going to do is just pinch it, and there's your box base made. It's all glued down on the bottom. Any tabs start to come up, you can just add a little spot of glue just to glue those down. Now that doesn't look very pretty on the bottom there, so this is where your second piece will come in handy, because all you're going to do is glue that along the bottom there, and that will hide all the workings to your box and keep it nice and neat. So we'll just pop this in. So we need glue on the edge to this. And we'll put some in the middle. So make sure it's nice and tidy. We're covering all the workings. There we are, turn it over. So now you've got the bottom to your box made, you have it neatly finished inside and out. So let's get busy now and make the top. So these are the pieces that we've cut. We're going to fold these edges over as we did with the bottom part, and then we need to glue these together. Put a bit of a curve in it just to help it go around the box. Now I'm using double-sided paper, so you could, if you wanted to, use the other side, but I'm going to stay with the smaller stripes. So we'll fold all them down, we'll put the curve in it, and now we'll glue these two pieces together. So we need some glue along there, and we'll pop that on there. Okay, now I just need to make sure that they're level, and they're not, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, it's just level at the top. Now again, once you've done that, fold it back on that join, and this is the top to your box. So we're going to put that V in there, put the wrong side facing downwards, put the V in there and add your glue. So make sure that that's stuck. And we're going to go around it and do exactly the same with the glue, adding it onto the shape of the box. Now, because you've used the die that cuts out the filigree part, the trellis part, this is slightly smaller. No, it's slightly bigger than the base. And so this will go on top of your base without any trouble at all. Okay, so we just carry on sticking that round. Don't stick it to your desk like I do. And again, we'll come all the way to the bottom there. Don't worry about the last piece, we're going to trim that. And any glue on your desk, just clean up. Now we'll do the other side. So again, we'll squeeze that underneath. Just marry it all up, press it all in place. Make sure it's glued down. And glue the last piece in. Now again, once you get down to this bit, you're going to trim that off. Just level with the shape. You're going to glue that down. Now you're going to glue these two pieces together along there, gluing the tab at the bottom, and once your glue's set up, you're just going to pinch it, and that will give you the shape to your box. And now that will fit on top of there, no problem at all. But we're not finished with it yet. Let's add some more in. Now I'm just going to get all this glue off my desk. Now, as I said, if you're asking me questions, ladies, I can't see them on my iPad, but I will go back into it later on and have a look at anything that you've asked me so that I can answer your questions. Now, with this one, which is the frame, we're going to add this to the top, and that will hide the workings in your lid. And we need to get rid of all these little bits that are still in it, so we're just going to push them out with your pokey tool. There we go. So we'll add some glue to this. And then we'll add this to the top of the box to hide the workings. There we go. Now we need to let that set up. And then on the inside, we're going to add our piece of acetate. So we're going to glue just around the edges here. And we're going to pop that acetate in place. Now if you wanted to, you could create another frame and you could glue that on the inside of your box, and that would hide any workings that are there. But your glue will dry white, so there shouldn't be anything showing there once that's done. And then we've got the lid that goes onto our box, and that's a really pretty box to send to somebody for Valentine or a birthday or really any occasion that you want. Now once you've got that far with your boxes, you can decorate them any way you wish. This one I've lined inside and I've added flowers to the front. I've lined the inside of the bottom and outside, and I've added some flowers on that. This one I've created for a baby. So I've added some lace around the edge, and I've used the Additions set from Card Making Magic, and I have added, I'm going to add these in. So this is the word baby from the set, and that's the set. So we'll add the word baby in, and I've added foam pads on this. So we'll add this along here. So all I've done with this is just navy blue card, and because it's for a baby boy, I'm not adding flowers. I'm just going to add the word. Now it's just starting to rain, so can you hear it on the windows? And I know when I did a video a while ago, somebody said that it was a very loud clock, and I did mean to banish it from the room, but I forgot. So you can still hear the ticking of the clock in the background. Okay, so there's the word baby, there's the baby grow. So we'll pop that there. We'll have the little teddy bear with his foam pads on the back. And I've just added a little bit of ink to colour that in, just to add some shading. And again, the little duck's got foam pads on it. So we'll add this along there. And that's a pretty box to send to someone who's just had a little baby boy. So there you've got 3 different styles of box. Now with this one, I've kept the top just plain. Again, it's got double-sided paper in it, and I've picked out some flowers and a sentiment that I would like to use on my card. So I'm going to add this sentiment, and I'm layering it up onto another cut one just to give it a little bit more strength. Okay, and we've got 2 tops. Now we've also got a smaller heart, and we've got some flowers. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to add one of these on the bottom just to hide those workings. So we'll pop that on there. Make sure it's nice and neat and level. We'll press it down. So that's the bottom. And this is the top. So for the top, we'll also add this on there. So again, we'll just add glue around the edges and then come into the middle, because you don't want it popping off when you've given it to someone. So again, make sure it's nice and neat. And again, we'll press it down. Now, select your colour scheme. When you're doing your flowers, select your colour scheme. You can either do your flowers from the card itself, or you can use shop bought flowers, which is what I have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some lace around the edge of this box lid. So we'll just level that off. So we'll start in the middle there. Now we'll start in the middle there with some hot glue. Now I'm quite comfortable using hot glue. I've had the odd burn, but I'll survive. I've got asbestos fingers now. So we'll tuck that in there, and then we'll work our way around, adding in the glue as we go, and we can just add our lace onto the edge of the box. So we need to work our way all the way around it. And up the other side. So add a little bit of extra glue on the pointy bit. So we can come all the way around here. So we get to this bit where we can also tuck this end into that V there, and then we can trim it off. So then we've got a nice neat finish to our lace on the lid. There we go. So there's our lid. Now I've cut another heart in a different colour, and I'm going to use some foam to add that to the box. So let's find the end of the foam. So now we'll offset this on there. I've got my little sentiment, which I'm going to add a bit of a curve in, and then turn up the ends. So we can add this along here with a little bit of glue. And I think we'll put a little bit of foam in the middle just to keep it raised. Just along there. There we go. And then we can add our flowers in wherever we would like. So we've got flowers and leaves, and I've got flowers that are on an autumn theme. And these, as I say, are just shop bought flowers. We do have some flowers in the Card Making Magic collection that are pinks and yellows and turquoises, and they would go lovely on another card. But for this one, I just wanted the autumn theme. So we'll add them along here. Now I like to put my biggest at the top and work my way down, and I always like them in an odd number. Don't ask me why, it's just a florist's thing. It's more pleasing on the eye to have an odd number. So in there now we can tuck some leaves, and we'll just use the small leaves. And again, we'll pick all the colours that blend together. Where's another small leaf? There we are. So we'll just pop that one in there. And I've also got a flower spray that will curve around the bottom. So I'm going to curve that one in there. And I'm going to hold it down. I've got glue strings on me and it's pulling it back off. I'm going to glue that one down and there, and put that one there. We'll put a little bit of glue up there. We'll put a little bit of glue on this. And we'll add some of these tiny flowers here. So we'll put one there We'll put one there. And we'll add one there. So we just need a little bit of glue on them to just fasten them down. Now I'm running out of glue, so I just need to get a glue stick. There we go. And I think we'll have a yellow one. What do you think? No. We'll have a little brown one. A little cream one down here. Just tuck that in there. And we'll tuck another leaf in at the bottom. And I think that will just about be fine for our display. Now, I haven't done it on this occasion, but I always tell you to have a dry run first to make sure that you like the display that you've got before you glue all your flowers in place. So there's another box ready to be sent to someone with a nice lacy edge on it. Now, supposing you want something different, just let me get rid of these flowers. Supposing you want something different on your box lid, like this one. Now this one has jute on it, and I had to glue this on bit by bit as I went along. So we'll tip those flowers out. So once you've got your box lid made, now what I did was I took 3 strands of this, and I took a metre, 3 1 metre lengths, and I plaited them all together, and then I glued them into the V at the top there on the heart, and I'm just going to glue this around now the box lid. So you're just going to glue it in place. Now with this one I used macrame rope string. This is proper jute. And I got this in several different sizes and with the ribbon that goes with it as well. So I'm just going to carry on adding this jute in along here, and it's very easy to do, and because you've plaited it and made it quite thick, you don't really need as much as I did for that one. So we'll just carry on adding this in. Now when you get to the middle, you might need to start doing a circle, but we'll see how we go with the rest of the jute. So it's all going in nice and neatly. Make sure you press it down. Now if you're going to put flowers in the middle of this, you don't really need to worry about the middle of the heart shape, because you're going to cover it with your flowers. So we'll just press all that down. Okay, and I think the last piece will come down there. Oh no, we can get another piece in there as well. So we can do that, and we can bring that piece down to there and fasten that in place. Now when you cut that off, you need to make sure that your plaiting doesn't come undone. So pop some glue down there, and then with your pokey tool push the ends into the glue. Now if you've got any glue on there that's showing that you don't like the look of, all you need to do is take your hot gun and just go over it, and I'll show you what I mean. So it's done. This is going to be a bit noisy. Now that's melted any of the glue that was showing, and so you can get rid of it and make your box lid nice and neat. Now that will fit onto your base, but we'll add some flowers in first, and because I did the pink flowers for this base, I think we'll add them to this. So again, I'm going to use some glue, some hot glue. I'm just going to use some shop bought flowers, and we'll add these onto the box. There we go, and then we'll add the leaves around it. There we go. We can poke these leaves in to the display. And we'll add the other two down at the bottom there. We'll have one there. And one there. There we go. So, and I've also added some ribbon around the edge. It's all been lined with the cream card. So there you've got another way of doing your box. Now you might like to add the flowers in it. So let's have a look at some of the flowers that we can make for this box. So we'll just add these up there. Hang on a second. So I still can't get onto my iPad, ladies, so I'm sorry. I can't see what's being said. I'm so sorry. Now I'm going to have to move these, because these are some of the things that we can make our flowers from. Now your dies will cut all these different materials. I don't know where that butterfly came from. So the dies in the set, you can cut your card or your paper and you can make your flowers. For these I've used felt, and it cuts very easy in your die cutting machine. This is craft foam, and this is Foamiran. Now with Foamiran you're supposed to use your iron, but I've used a hot gun, my hot gun, and that's done the same thing with the petals as an iron would. So let's just have a look at how we would do these. So we're going to colour some of the edges. And we're going to shape some of the petals. Now with the foam ones, you can't shape them with your ball tool and your foam pad. What you need to do with this is to put some shape in it, just glue two together like so. So let me show you what I mean. We're just going to glue those together like that, and do the same with the next one. And we'll do the same with the last one. into the middle of those, we're going to use our pokey tool and we're just going to poke a hole. And we're going to make it big enough so that we can get some stamens through it. So you're going to do it with all of them. Make sure you can get your stamens through. Now the stamens that you can use are these. You can use these string ones if you wish, or you can simply add a pearl to the middle as I've done there. But for the stamens, I'm just going to take 3 and bend them in half and twist the stems. And then I'm going to push the stems through each of the holes. The smallest one first. When I can get untangled from glue strings. Now I need to make that a hole bigger, and I'll do that with some scissors instead. There we go. That's better. So we'll get our stamens back again. We'll push them through that hole. Now you can add a little bit of glue just to keep those in place in there. And let that set. And then we'll make this hole a bit bigger. And we'll make this one a bit bigger. Okay, so now we can use the second one and push that through. Keep your stamens twisted and push it through. And offset your petals before you glue that one in place. So we'll just set it there. We'll add a little bit of glue under there. And then we'll do the same with the last piece. Twist your stamens so that they stay together and push them through the hole. And again, offset the petals and add a little bit of glue. And then you can cut off the bottom there to make that flatter to go on your cards. So there's 2 little felt ones, craft foam ones, and we need to just add some petals around them to add them in. We would do another one because I don't like them in 2s. They always look nicer in 3s. So we could do this and add them along there, and that's another nice group for your cards or your box. Now this is felt. This is very easy to cut, and all I'm going to do with this is just fold it in half and take some small scissors and just cut the hole on the 3 sizes to each flower. It's only a little hole. It's just to get your petals, your stamens through. And if you don't want to add stamens, then obviously you don't need to do this. So let's have a look at what stamens we've got. Oh, we've got a little pink flower here, so let's add this instead. So we'll add this little flower through there and we'll just glue that in place. And again, push it through the next size and offset your petals, and then push it through the last size and again offset your petals. Oh, that was hot. So there we've now got another little flower to add to our cards. Now, another thing you can do with your your petals, your flowers, is colour the edges. So I've got a dark pink here, and there's one of my flowers. So all I'm going to do is just add some ink along the edges. And that just adds a little bit of colour to your flowers. And we'll do that to all the ones. And then we're going to take out the centres as we did with the other one. Although I think we'll leave the centres in this one. We'll do this one a different way. Now, if you wanted to add the colouring to the flower that you've made up, because you forgot to do it before it was made, you can just run your little finger dauber over the edges. There we go. Now for this one, we'll glue this one together, and we'll offset the petals. And in the centre of that, we'll add a pearl. So here we've got a little pink pearl, and we'll add that to the middle. There we go. And once you've done your petals and your flowers and you've got them all added together, you can group them together and make a really pretty display to add to the top of your box. Now, as with all the box sets, you can make a card that will match your box. If you're going to do that and you're adding flowers to your box, make sure you have enough flowers to add to your card as well. So we'll just finish this one off. Oh, I'm stuck to me, look, stuck to me with glue. So we'll add that in there. We'll add that one in there. We'll add another pearl centre to that one. Along there. And then you've got your beautiful leaves that you can add under your flower and add it to your box. So there we are, that's another lovely display. And we'll fold them together and add them under that one. Oh dear. There we go. So there's your, it's still stuck to me. There's your felt flowers. There's your craft foam. And you can buy this from any craft shop, or I'm not sure if CraftStash sell it. But it's a really good alternative to making flowers, if that's what you want to do. And of course your card, these are more felt flowers with different coloured leaves. Let's get the stamens out of the way. These are foamy round. Now I'll show you how to do these, how I do them. And all I've done with these is just add a pink edge to the petals. So you've got a big one, a medium one and a small one. Now my iron is downstairs and I'm not going all the way down there for it, so I'm going to use my heat gun. And we'll add these in there, just a little bit of pink shading on the edges. Now I'm going to put them on the glass because I'm going to heat them. So I'll move these out of the way and I'll put these on the glass. Okay, so now I need my pokey tool, I need my heat gun. So I'll switch it on and it's going to be a bit noisy. So I won't speak while this is on, I'll just let you see what happens. I'm just going to direct this heat in spurts to the petals. Now that's all it takes just to get some shape into those petals, and then we can glue them together. So we just want a little bit of glue in the middle there. Now what I've done with the other one is I have an old Christmas ornament that had some little flowers on it. So all I've done is take one of these off there, and I've just cut down the back, and I've just glued that into the centre of my foamy round flower in there. And then over the top of it I've added a little pink pearl, and that's a really pretty frilly flower for my box. Let's get a pink pearl and add that to the middle. So we'll just add a little bit of glue. And to make this even more frilly, I've just snipped into the petals. So that's all I've done with this. And that just gives you another look for your flowers. Now with any of these boxes you might want to add some more decoration to it, and that's quite easy to do. Even if you've made the box, you can still go in and add more decoration. And you see, that's my trouble, I never know when to stop. I go on adding things and adding more and more until I'm happy with it. So let's move these out of the way. So what do I mean by adding more to your box? Okay, well let's just have a look at these two. Now what we've got are some flourishes and some pearls, and it doesn't matter what shape they are, you can always cut these down to suit what you want. So let's have a look at this one and cut this down, and we'll add this along there on this box, and then I think we'll add some of the flowers that we've made and some of the leaves to this. So let's just take this off. Now if you can't get this off all in one piece without it sticking together, cut it up. It's a lot easier if you cut it up. So we can add this piece down there, and then we need to follow that piece up there, so we'll cut this off there. And nobody's going to know that you've cut it up or that it's been joined unless you tell them, and I don't think you're going to do that. And then we'll put the top piece on up there. So don't be afraid to cut these down and make them suit what you want them to do. There we go. Now let's have a look at the flowers that we've made. Okay, let's add some of these felt ones in. So we've got some felt flowers with purple stamens and a purple one with some white stamens. And we've got some lovely leaves that can go in with it as well. So I think we'll add one there, we'll add one there, and we'll add the other two at the bottom. So let's hope that that suits what you want to do. Let's just add these in. We're running out of glue again. Now I'm going to add these two leaves there, but I'm going to join them along there. So we'll add them up there. Add them there. And I think we'll add the little purple flower just along there. Now I'm just going to trim off the little stems on the back so that it lies flatter on the box. And we'll put that there. And we'll do the same with these leaves. We'll add some glue along there. And we'll just pop that in there. Now we'll find a single leaf and we'll add that to the top along there. And then we'll add the two purple ones coming down the side. Now I've already trimmed these off. So we'll add that one there. And we'll add this one just below it. Just there. And then down here we'll add in these two leaves, and again we'll just join these two together. And we'll tuck these under there. So there we've got another decorated box with some diamante. And some flowers. Put some tissue paper in there and add your gift, and that's another way to decorate your box. So what else can we do now? Let's have a see what else we've got. We've got quite an assortment of different styles here. We've got this one that's decorated with the card flowers. So let's do some card flowers and see how we get on with them. Now another thing you can do before I put this one away is you can take your glue and you can just add your glue around the edge. Just dot it around the edge. This glue will dry clear. So we'll just dot that in there. And then once you've done that, get your glitter. And then with your glitter, you're just going to add a little bit to the top of your flowers. Shake off your excess and leave it to dry. Now once that dries, your glue will dry clear, your flowers will be beautifully glittered, and that's another lovely way to send your box. And you can also decorate that up more with a pearl flourish. So we've done a diamante one. Let's have a see how we look with a pearl one. Okay, now again, don't be afraid to cut this up. You don't need to use it all. So you can always cut it up and use little bits of it. Plus you will get it easier off your sheet if you do that. So we'll tuck that end up there. And we'll pull the rest of this off the sheet and we'll add it along there. And there's another little decoration for your cards, and we'll put the other bit down here. So we'll just tuck it underneath the flowers, under there and there. Now you see what I mean about not knowing when to stop. I can go on for ages adding bits and pieces. But there's another little way to decorate that box. Now, as I said to you before, all my boxes have dies that will make the card for you. So let's make a card to go with one of these boxes and we'll see what that looks like. So I'm just going to clear this up a little bit. Okay, so we'll make a box, a card to go with this box, because I've got plenty of these flowers left and I have more card in that colour scheme. So let's just see what we've got. Now it doesn't have to be the same pattern as long as it's the same colour scheme. So this is a 12 by 12 double-sided piece of card, and I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to take the die. Right, so let me get rid of these flowers. So I'm going to take the die that will create a card. Any one of these heart-shaped dies will create that card for you. So I'm just going to choose one, and I think we'll have this one. That'll fit inside the box, yep. So we're going to put the heart over the edge so that we have this still joined at the top. There's the fold. So we're going to place the die over there so that we still have the edge to the card, the fold to the card. And we'll try and do it so we've got that in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to run this through the die cutting machine. Now, once you've done that and you remove your die, you have your card. It's the same inside, it's because it's two-sided paper. So we've got that now, but this is chopped off at the top here. So with what's left of your card, you only need a single piece this time, and we're going to cut that completely out of that card. We're going to cut that completely out of the piece that's left. So I'm just going to run this through the die cutting machine. And now that will fit on the front of your card. Now with the paper that's left, I think we'll have a different pattern. So what have we got left? We've got some of this stripy paper. So that will fasten onto there. We'll take the next die down, which is going to be the scalloped one. So we'll use that. And we'll add that to our card. So I'm just going to run this through the die cutting machine now. we're just creating different layers for the card. So that can go on there, and that's the scalloped one. And now with the other one that's left, the stitched edge one, I think we'll go back to our original piece, and we will flip it over and use the other side, and we'll get that heart right in the middle there. So again, I'm just going to cut this now through the die cutting machine. I'm sorry I keep disappearing, but my die cutting machine is off camera and I can't move it, so I'll be back with you shortly. I'm just going to run this through. Right, there we are. So we've got the layers cut for our card. There we are. Now, if we wanted to add a sentiment to this card, we can use the banner. So we can use the banner either way around, and we can cut that out. So we'll cut that out from this piece, and we'll get the brown bit in the middle. So there's our sentiment. Well, we'll stamp that with a sentiment. We'll put it that way, I think. And we'll stamp it with a sentiment from the stamp set, which is somewhere around here. Just bear with me while I have a look. I'm not the tidiest of crafters, so I don't know what I've done with it. Okay, we'll forget that idea because I can't find it. So what we'll do now is we'll just put these on with some layers, some foam. So we'll add this as a flat one, and this is going to go on the front of the card. So marry that up. There we go. Now we'll add this one with some foam, and we'll have it that way. So we'll just pop some foam in along there, and a little bit there. Now we can add that on there. And I've just found the stamps. They're right in front of me. Oh dear. And that one we'll add that way. So we'll take the backings off. We'll add this along there. Now, we will use our stamps, and we'll add from me to you, so that this says happy anniversary and this says from me to you, and that will be the card inside the box. So we'll use our little stamping platform just to make sure that we get a really good impression. We'll pop this in there, we'll hold it down with the magnets. Put your sentiment on it, and we'll do it the other way. We'll do it that way, and then the stamp will follow the curve of the banner. Okay, so we'll just pop this down so it stays level. Now we'll pick that up, we'll add our ink, I will use some brown ink because we've got an autumn scene going on, autumn scheme going on, theme, and we'll add that in there. it again. There we go. I can pop them away. We can take that off there. Now what you can do with this if you want to is just add a little bit of shading in it just to make the banner look better. So you need a darker colour. So I've just got a light grey, and all I'm going to do is just add a little bit of shading along there. That's the inside of the banner, and this is the bit where it would be folded over. And then with a paler grey, I'm just going to spread that out a little bit more. And we'll just add some on this side as well. Now again, we'll put that piece of foam underneath there to stop it from sinking. So we'll add that there. And we'll just put some flat glue on the edges. And that can go along there. Now with the flowers and the leaves, we can sort out the colour scheme that we want. So let's have a look what we used on the lid. Okay, we used these. We'll use one of these this time. Yeah, we'll use these. And we'll do them the same way as the banner. So we'll glue those in. We'll add some leaves as well. Yeah, we'll do that. Now the beauty of these boxes is that you can add deep flowers like this and it won't interfere with your box because they're plenty deep enough to take flowers that you may want to add to your cards. Because these are the things that I like to add. Now then, we'll add another leaf along there. And another one along there. And then we'll pick some of these paler ones and we'll just tuck them in there. No, they don't count. They don't show. So what do we need? Let's have this dark brown one. We'll close that in there. And now we don't have another dark brown one the same. So we'll rethink that. Let's just see. No, they match. We'll use these. We'll put these two in different colours and they will just blend in there. Different shades. Now, if there's anything that you particularly wanted to see, I am so sorry that I cannot see my iPad and what's happening. So I'll need to go back and check the comments afterwards and answer any questions that you may have. And hopefully, if this has not been too bad, I'll be asked to do another one. And hopefully, in the next one, I will improve. But as I say, I've never done this before, so it's all new. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need another flower. Let's add another leaf down there. go, that's a nice display. Now again, because we've glittered those, we'll glitter these. Okay, so we'll add some glitter in when I find out what I've done with it. Do you know, you might think it's a nice tidy room this, but if you could see the chaos behind me, you would know that I am not a neat crafter. It looks like a bomb's hit it behind me. So I'm glad you can't see it. Now the only thing with these is because they're a point at the back, they won't stand. It will stand that way, so you could have put your things in across that way, but if you wanted to round these little corners off, now it will stand. There you go, now it will stand because you've just levelled the bottom off to help it stand. Now you can pop that into your box. That says happy anniversary from me to you, and you can pop your lid on. And to really make that match the other card, we can use the same pearl flourish on this. And again, I have to find it. Oh dear me. No, I can't find that either, ladies. I think it's time I go home now. Okay, so we would have put a pearl flourish on there, but I don't know what I've done with it. Let's see if we've got one in here. Oh, there's a pearl flourish. We've got pearl flourishes everywhere. Oh, we'll use this one. Okay, so we'll use this one. And what we'll do is we'll have this coming up from the back. So we'll cut this down. Right, we'll have this coming from underneath the leaf. And we'll have it going round there. And then we'll have this one. It won't fit. We'll have this little one. We'll just cut a little bit of this off. So we'll have this little one coming from there. And there we are. And again, they just finish off the little pieces to your card that make it really pretty before you send it to your recipient. Can we add any more anywhere else? No, I think that's just about it. Never know when to stop. Now that one fits in there okay. And that one, we can snip that off and push that behind that flower. There we go. There we go. So now we've got a really pretty card that can go in the box that you can send now with your gift, because there's plenty of room to add a gift in there, to your recipient. So I think that just about covers today. Some of the things that I wanted to show you. If there's anything that you particularly wanted to see, I will read the comments afterwards, and I will continue to make videos of the boxes and anything else that we need to cover. But there you've got a good selection of ideas for the boxes that you may want to make. So I hope you've enjoyed my little visit, and hopefully I'll be back again. So I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.